Hi friends, this is our first lecture on sentence completion. So GRE verbal section has three topics, namely text completion, sentence equivalence and reading comprehensions. The techniques for text completion and sentence equivalence are almost similar. So in this lecture we'll start with the text completion and the right strategies to tackle with them with accuracy. Now there will be series of lectures on verbal section covering the entire verbal section, right? So here first we deal with the text completion. So again, as I told you, text completion will have single blank questions, double blank and triple blank. So we'll follow certain order and hence we'll in this video we'll talk only about single blank questions. So in coming lectures we'll be dealing with the double blank and triple blank as well. Once we are done with text completion, we'll move on to working out the sentence equivalence so that you feel much comfortable in solving sentence equivalence as well. Right? Now there will be 6 text completion questions on your GRE per section. So on a total you will have total 12 text completion questions, right? So let's start our discussion on text completion. So in a text completion you need to know certain things while solving text completion questions. The things which you need to know are, first of all, you need to know a certain basic grammar which are about phrases and clauses. Very basic information is sufficient. You also must be knowing about punctuation marks, okay? Punctuation, so punctuation like comma, right? Then colon, semicolon, dash, okay, which is we call as hyphen, right? So you need to know about the phrases, clauses, punctuation. Then most importantly you should know how to identify keywords given in the sentence. Then we have something called connectors. So what are keywords and what are connectors? These are two most important things and these are the best strategies to work on text completion and sentence equivalence. So here, keywords are nothing but the words which convey the meaning of the sentence, right? So keyword can be either a single word, which can be a single word, or they can be phrases or clauses as well, right? So keywords are nothing but which conveys you the meaning of that particular phrase, okay? Now coming to connectors are nothing but they will mend the meaning conveyed by the keywords. So these connectors may support the meaning conveyed or they may reverse the meaning conveyed by the keyword. Hence the final answer will always depend on connectors plus keywords, okay? And this is the best strategy to deal with the text completion. Now I'll show you few examples. Now you will understand the importance of this connectors and keywords. Again, at places we will be using phrases and clauses and then punctuation as well, and this is heavily useful in your RCs as well. Now here these are the connectors here. You need not mug up the list, but this is just given for a basic idea. Now we have something called same direction connector. So whatever meaning is conveyed by the keywords, the direction is maintained when you see the connectors like these words: because, since, and, hence, as a result, also, due to, thus, likewise, moreover, consequently, additionally, and even this punctuation mark tells that whatever we are talking in the previous phrase is continued, okay? The meaning is continued, the flow is continued. That's the meaning of this phrase. Now we'll have a separate lecture on punctuation as well, where I will be discussing how each punctuation mark will be having a different meaning they convey. We'll have a separate lecture on punctuation as well. Then you will understand what are the purpose of these symbols, right? Now contrasting connectors like despite, at, but, however, nonetheless, and nevertheless, paradoxically, while, although, ironically, rather, contrastingly. So when you see these contrasting connectors, they will actually reverse the meaning conveyed by the keywords. I have discussed what are the things you need to crack your text completion and sentence equivalence with accuracy. Those are phrases and clauses, punctuation, keywords, connectors. Now the approach must be, don't imagine your answer, okay? Don't imagine. You have to go by logic itself. Don't imagine, okay? So that's why you should always cover up your options, right? Whatever options is given in the question, don't look at those options. First of all, you read the question, sentence given, then using these keywords and connector strategies, you should arrive at some meaning. Here is the first question. It says, even though human beings dash in certain aspects, fundamentally they are similar. Now what is the keyword and what is the connector? Even though human beings dash in certain aspects, fundamentally they are similar. See here, fundamentally they are similar, this is your keyword. Okay, this is your keyword. The meaning says that they are similar, human beings are similar. Okay, that is your keyword. Now what is your connector? Even though. Okay, even though is a negative connector. That means I'll give you an example on even though. Even though he is rich, I have never seen him donating for orphans, right? So even though is a twister. Even though actually reverts the meaning given by the keyword. What is the meaning given by the keyword? Fundamentally they are similar. So something, we need to select something related to similar, and then but then this even though, this is actually altering the meaning of similar. So you should have something like even though human beings are different. Okay, it should be something different. Now let us look at the options. Here the options are coexist, differ, quarrel, agree, astound. Now first of all, remove all the irrelevant options, right? Quarrel is irrelevant, astound is irrelevant, astound is surprised. Okay, now coexist, differ, agree. Even though here we need something similar and we need something differ here, right? Different. So directly we have that option differ here. Even though human beings differ in certain aspects, fundamentally they are similar. Now in this question you understood how to identify keyword, how to identify the connector, and then how to use the connector and arrive at your answer, right? Done. Now let us solve our next question. The question says learning to read men and women is more dash process than learning to read books. For every person you see is a true story, more romantic and absorbing than any story bound in covers. Now if you look at a superficial level, first of all try to identify what is the keyword, what is the connector. See here, learning to read men and women is a more dash process than learning to read books. Okay, this whole thing is trying to convey some meaning, so I'll take this whole thing as one keyword, right? Now what is this for? For is a supporter, right? This is a connector here. What is saying is this whole keyword one, it is taking in the same direction as this one. So this is the second keyword, right? Now this is at the superficial level. So it is saying that learning to read more men and women is more dash process than learning to read books. So it is giving some meaning. So I am taking it as one keyword. For means because, something like because every person you see is a true story, more romantic and absorbing than story bound in covers. Now so whatever meaning is conveyed by the second keyword, okay, this connector is supporting this first keyword will also be in the same direction as keyword 2. Now understand the meaning of keyword 2. It is saying that every person you see is a true story, more romantic and absorbing than a story bound in covers. So bound in covers means he is actually talking about books. So in the second keyword, the meaning it is conveying is, it is actually supporting, it is actually saying that when you directly read a man and woman, it is more kind of a romantic and absorbing. That is the meaning conveyed in keyword 2. So whatever meaning is conveyed in keyword 2, keyword 1 also will align in the same direction, right? So what is the meaning conveyed in keyword 2? It is saying that more romantic and absorbing, right? So again if you dip deeper, so again if you go in a micro level, here you can observe one more keyword, that is keyword subset keyword, right? So this is one more keyword. It is saying that romantic and absorbing. So here also it will be something like more interesting. Okay, more interesting, because keyword synonym to absorbing is interesting, or you can also have some synonym related to romantic, right? So we have this positive connotation here, positive word. Now let us look at our options. Here we have trite. Okay, trite, unenjoyable, delightful, beautiful, alleviating. Now alleviating is something soothing, so this is out of context. Next, trite remarks. Normally if you say trite remarks means heavily used remarks, right? Boring kind of thing. Now beautiful. Now romantic and absorbing, this beautiful word is nowhere related to romantic or absorbing, right? We need something related to romantic and absorbing. Now unenjoyable is exactly going in opposite direction, so you can take it off. Trite is again going in exact opposite. Trite means boring, right? So it is exact opposite. So we are only left with option C, that is delightful. That's it. So this is how you need to answer your question. Now let's solve our next question. The question says, our actions follow our thoughts. Every thought, however, dash causes muscular action which leaves its trace in that part of a physical organism which is most closely allied to it. Now, this one, our actions follow our thoughts. This is one sentence given. Okay, let's continue. Every thought, however, this is the connector. Okay, this is the connector. So this is the opposing connector, right? Opposing connector. Now, every thought, however, dash causes. So here, if you see here, this connector will actually, this one causes muscular action. If you take this whole thing, this one, this total thing will act as a keyword. Okay, now this connector will bend this keyword in the opposite direction. So see here, what is the meaning of this keyword? Now we identified both connector and the keyword. So now first of all, know the meaning conveyed by the keyword. The keyword says this particular thought. Okay, every thought, however, dash causes. Who causes? The thought causes. Okay, so the thought causes muscular action which leaves its traces. Okay, leaving its traces. So there is a, if you go at the micro level, even this becomes the keyword. So here what you have to get from this is, every thought is actually leaving out the traces, right? So it is leaving out some traces means the exact opposite to leaving out traces must be fleeting, right? So it's something like evaporating. So every thought, however fleeting, okay, even though it is a kind of fleeting thing, it has a potency to leave out some traces. That's it. So we identified the connector, we identified the keyword, and we understood the meaning of the keyword, and based on this meaning you have to bend this word, because bend the meaning of this keyword. Why? Because the connector is opposite connector, right? Opposing connector. So let's look at the options here. First of all, remove all those inappropriate options. Loquacious is talkative, so remove it. Okay, so here what is the meaning conveyed? Leaving an impact. So here it should be something related to fleeting. Fine. So something related to fleeting. So transitory is a fleeting word. So this is fine. Important is out of context again. This word pertinent means something relevant to. Okay. So again, this pertinent is irrelevant in this question. Okay. Now, amenable. Amenable is flexible. Again, this is out of context, not required here. So you exactly look for the word, the meaning of the word, something related to fleeting. So transitory is temporary, which is fleeting. Okay, so transitory is correct option here. Now let us solve our next question. Question says, our ancestors developed massive jaws as a result of constant combat. As civilization decreased the necessity for combat, nature dashed the size of average human jaw. Okay, here the punctuation is important, because while you read you will understand. Okay, as civilization decreased the necessity of combat, this whole thing you have to, this is called, as civilization decreased the necessity for combat, this is a dependent clause. This whole thing you have to read at a single stage. Okay, now suppose if you have comma here, then you will read it as civilization decreased the necessity for combat. You will not have any meaningful sentence. Okay, so here that's why your punctuation is important. Whenever you are good at punctuation, you will know where to give a pause, right? Now first of all, identify the keywords. Our ancestors developed massive jaws as a result of constant combat. This is whole thing is a keyword, and this whole thing is a independent clause. Okay, independent clause, because it has subject, verb, object, everything is covered. So it is an independent clause. So here the keyword, the meaning of this keyword is, our ancestors are having massive jaws. The reason being they are involved in constant combat, right? So as there is a constant combat, there is a necessity for massive jaws. Now read the next sentence. As civilization decreased the necessity for combat, that means the following civilization at later point of time, what happened is there is a decrease in the necessity of combat. So as here, this is your connector. Now this connector is a supporting connector, right? So whatever meaning is there here, the same kind of logic will be followed. Okay, whatever the logic is followed in your first keyword, the same logic will be followed in your second keyword as well. What is your second keyword? Civilization decreased the necessity for combat, the nature dash the size of average human jaw. That's it. So Here you got a relation in the first keyword, that is if one increases the other will also increase, if one decreases the other will also decrease. So here the civilization, the necessity for combat decrease, so obviously the size of the jaws must also decrease. So here we should have something related to decrease. So let us look at our options. Now magnified is exactly opposite to our answer. We are actually looking for decrease, right? Modified is irrelevant again. Reduced will be the answer directly. Okay, so we can directly go with this option. Now see here, you need not actually know the meaning of parodied and ruminated. Ruminated means we know rumination, right? Ruminate means keep thinking about past. You also know that cows and buffaloes will do rumination, right? Ruminate means they chew the cud. Even if you don't know the meaning of parody it, you need not worry, you are still able to get the answer correct. Okay, parody is nothing but, this parody is a form of parody. Parody is nothing but imitating in a funny way, right? Now let's solve our next question. Skeptical as Montaigne shows himself in his books, yet during his sojourn at Rome he dashed great regard for religion. Now first of all, identify the keyword and the connectors. Now see here, skeptical as Montaigne shows himself in his books. Okay, this whole clause, this is a clause and this is a dependent clause. Okay, we will talk about clauses in a separate lecture, and this whole clause gives you a meaning, so I can take this as a keyword. And what is this keyword is conveying you is, he's saying that this particular author called Montaigne is being skeptical in his books. Okay, so the meaning of this first keyword is being skeptical, means doubtful. So this particular person is expressing some doubts in his books. Okay, now what is this at? This is the connector. Now this connector is actually an opposite connector. That means whatever keyword is there before it, right? So this opposes the particular keyword. It is not a supporting keyword. Now during his sojourn at Rome he dashed great regard for religion. This whole thing, okay, during, from here, this whole thing is a second keyword, and this keyword also conveys certain meaning, but then we don't know what meaning it conveys, right? So we have to take the help of your first keyword and the connector. Now this keyword 1 plus connector will give you the answer for this keyword 2. Whatever meaning the keyword 2 is conveying is dependent on keyword 1 plus the connector. Now here, see here, the keyword 1 meaning is skeptical and the connector says that it should be opposite. So the answer for keyword 2 will be opposite. Opposite to being skeptical, right? Opposite to being skeptical. That's it. Now let us look at our options. So we are looking for a word opposite to skeptical. Here we need something opposite to being skeptical. Okay, skeptical. Now let us eliminate the options. Now this skeptical is a negative term and opposite to skeptical is a positive term. So directly first of all eliminate all the negative terms. Ridiculed is out of context and it is also a negative term. Cancel it. Now obviated means make something unnecessary or prevent something from happening. Okay, even this one we can eliminate, right? It acts as a out of context. Now jeopardize is again out of context. Jeopardize means keep someone in danger. Now galvanized is a positive term, manifest is a positive term, but galvanize is provoking someone into action. Okay, so this is again out of context. We need some word which says that he is not skeptical, that means no doubt, not having any kind of doubt. Okay, so manifest means something which is visible to eye or something which is very much clear, okay, without any confusion or without any doubts. So manifest is almost very near to the opposite meaning of skeptical. So you can go with option E, right? So this is it for our first lecture. So we have covered 5 questions and the techniques as well. Now the takeaway must be, you need to solve, the best strategy to solve TCs and SE is your keyword plus connector logic. Okay, and also the grammar, the superficial grammar about phrases and clauses, and then punctuation as well. Now the keywords, you will be in a position to identify the keyword very easily if you have good hold on vocab. And this is the reason why I keep stressing to learn proper vocab. So without vocab, you won't be in a position to actually identify the exact meaning of that particular keyword, right? So once you identify the keyword, anyway these connectors are very easy. So you know what are the straight connectors, what are the opposite connectors, you know all these things, right? So based on this keyword and the connector, you will arrive at your answer. So this is it for this lecture. We'll meet in our next lecture with a few more questions. I hope this lecture is helpful. Please subscribe to the channel and also click the bell icon for notifications. If you like the content, please support my work by sharing these videos among your friends and family members. Thank you.